What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. We are going to continue to take apart the engine on this Jaguar. Today I will be replacing the coupler on the Supercharger and just putting back the Supercharger, and then after that I will be replacing some holes, some coolant holes and stuff, and then we'll begin putting back this engine together, everything back together. So stay tuned, it's going to be an exciting one. Should be about it. No, there's another one right here. And that should be it. Okay, we got the Supercharger snout out, and this is the issue right here. As you can see, it's very loose. So, I mean, I'm gonna be replacing it. Take out the spring. Alright. Take out the spring, and then the coupler itself has to be pulled out. I pulled that out. Alright, finally took out the coupler. It had this little spring on the inside that was really loose, which usually goes bad. So I'm replacing it. Took it out after there. I have the upgraded one. What up? Okay, this is the upgraded coupler. And as you can see on the upgraded ones, there's no need for a spring being on the inside, and it lasts much longer. Alright, the Supercharger coupler, it's in now. No noise at all. No noise. Absolutely quiet. Those blades moving around quietly. Okay. You just cover that up. Alright. Everything else, I put the screws in here just so I don't lose them. But Supercharger is done. Torque, everything is torqued. Make sure you use a sealant. In my case, I use gasket sealer, RTV. So it should be fine. I had a little issue when removing this coolant cross member. I had to cut it off, like I mentioned. I had to cut it off right there. And also the pipe, the rubber pipe that was connected to it here, just came loose. It was so brittle. While taking it off, it wouldn't come off. Like, I was pressing this tab. I even used the round jaw plier to squeeze this in. Still, it wouldn't let go. So it was stuck in there. No way could it come out. So it ended up breaking off. Now, the issue I have with this is the part that came with the kit, because I ordered the entire kit, is that they sent me, this is for the Land Rover or Range Rover, and this doesn't fit. So I have to send this back. I contacted the website where I bought it from. They sent me the wrong size, so there's no way this can fit. Okay, so I ended up installing the water pump. For now, I'm done with the Supercharger. I'm just waiting for some coolant hose, because I literally had to cut this one up just to get the thermostat out. So waiting for coolant hose, waiting for that cross member in the back of the engine. It should be here tomorrow. And also I gotta replace this coolant hose where I had to cut this one because it wouldn't fit. I mean, I had an issue getting out the pipes. So I'm just gonna call it a day for today. And tomorrow we got another issue. I'm just waiting for that to show up. And then we can continue this craziness. Another issue I was having is, I didn't realize it, but if you disconnect the fuel rail, make sure you put it back on at the end of the day. Like if the work is not completed, you got to put that back on, because fuel's been leaking out. And I was like, yo, why is the fuel leaking out? So every time you disconnect and connect the battery, fuel comes out of the rail. So make sure you disconnect that, because this is not a one-day work, unless you're working in a shop where everything is left unplugged, the battery is not connected, and the car is on a lift. Alright guys, I am almost done putting the Jaguar back together. We have the Supercharger, intercooler, throttle body, water pump. All the belts are back on. And now I'm working on the thermostat hose. I had to replace this hose because the one I had before, I had to cut that in order to get it off. So that had to be replaced. Yeah, that's pretty much almost done here with this. Alright, like I was saying, almost got the engine, everything back together. Just a few holes that I had to replace. Like that little hose I showed you guys, I had to get a little replacement. For this, I mean, this is the I bought this from AutoZone, and it's exactly the same size as that little hose, and I just had to cut it to the exact same size and replace it and put the clamp back on. I already have the thermostat, everything set up here, but there is one issue right now, is the bottom section of the thermostat. This is it. This is the part that plugs into the coolant hose that goes below, and then I believe to the radiator. But this one is cracked, as you can see right below here, and that crack runs all the way here, all the way up here. in there. And finding this part is like really hard. I found one on but I think it's somewhere in like Europe or something. But I'm gonna check on eBay. Wait, I did look on eBay. What am I saying? I looked on eBay. I found this, but it comes with this whole section, like this whole thing. And I'm not trying to pay like $200 or over $100 just for this section, because this is what I need. So I'm contemplating whether I should just buy the whole thing, but I don't want to do that because this is a budget build. It's supposed to be a budget build, but yeah. And that's basically where I'm at this moment. So it's just a matter of putting the thermostat on, a few holes connecting, plugging everything in, adding coolant, and starting the car and see what happens. Yeah, that's basically where I'm at, but my fingers are crossed. I hope I made sure I put everything back together exactly where I got them from, well, most of everything, and just hope that it doesn't leak any coolant at all. Yeah. Official fresh start on the Jaguar. There we go. Moment of truth. We got the Jaguar started. No smoking. Let's see if this it leaks. See if it's leaking coolant. Back here. I see a little bit of smoke, but that's probably from excess coolant from before, but I'm not sure. Low. I'm still getting the low coolant light. Okay, I will shut it down. I don't see any coolant leaking from the rear or the front, but it seems like something's leaking from the back. From back here. I gotta figure that out. Alright guys, so the car isn't overheating no more. The overheating issue is fixed, but there is a slight coolant leak coming from the water pump area and from the back of the engine, and also from where the thermostat area is, because the housing, this is the new replacement housing for the sensor, the thermostat sensor, but I ended up buying a whole new thermostat with the lower housing here, that where the sensor plugs into. But this lowest housing was cracked. Like I said, it was cracked, and I ended up putting it on just like that, thinking that it wouldn't leak, but it ended up leaking. So now I'm going to replace this because there's a slight leak coming from that area. And like I said, I gotta fix the little leak that's coming from the rear of the engine, where you have the crossover coolant pipe, the little holes that connect there. I gotta replace that, or I gotta find a way to prevent it from leaking. And I gotta figure out why is it leaking from the water pump, because I made sure I did everything right. I even put in the updated oil cooler, that little oil cooler hose thingy that connects to the oil cooler and then connects to the water pump. So I do not know why that is leaking yet again. But yeah, but that will most likely be in the next video, because this is not a job that you want to do twice. Let me be frank with you guys. This is a 8-cylinder V8 engine, a lot of complicated parts, bolts and stuff. You gotta make sure you put everything back in the right place. But it's not something that I wanted to do twice, but unfortunately I will have to do something relating to that. So yeah. Okay, so I did not replace anything, but I started the car all over again, and now it's not leaking coolant. Very weird, very strange. And I don't have the low coolant light on right now. That's it. Show warning. Hood. Okay. There's no warning, just for the hood. Okay, now the coolant level light came back on, but the car's been running and it's not overheating. Let me show you guys. It's been running. Is the temperature gauge has barely moved, but it's not overheating. So I'm gonna go get a gallon of coolant and pour some in here once again to see if it leaks. But let me get out and show you guys. It's been running just fine. No smoking. That's just condensation. I hope that coolant, that temperature sensor is working. I know it's working, but it barely moves. So I just want to see. I'm thinking about replacing the sensor. Yo, come here, bro. Yo, this joint is weird. It's not leaking coolant no more. Nothing, bro. It's been running for like 10 minutes. Nothing. I'm like, yo, what the hell? And that noise went away. The loud noise. It idled for a little while. I didn't do nothing. Now it's leaking. Before it was dry.
Definitely playing the connect in the back. You see how it's running there?
Yeah.
You see how it sounds when it's running right now?
Yeah. I'm looking over there.